We Well, good afternoon. My name is Latrina Artis. I am here with the Rankin Foundation and the Rankin team, and I am hitting cartwheels to see all of the beautiful faces that are chiming in from all over this United States. You are here. Yes, Queen. Queen is over there clapping. Yes, indeed. Clap it out, dance it out, do whatever you need to do to get it out because we're going to get through this call in less than an hour and we're going to answer all of your questions. But again, you are in the right place at the right time to get all of the information as a new Rankin Scholar. So I'm delighted. I'll talk to you all day long, but it's not about Latrina on today. We're going to go ahead and just jump in as you are coming in. For those that are just entering the Zoom room, please rename yourself. After your name, list where you're from, what state is fine. Like Maeve is from Colorado and she's in nursing. List your major. So if you're in Colorado, you might want to connect with Maeve, okay? Because that's where Maeve is from. And I'm in Georgia. I saw Trelonda is from Georgia. See how I'm connecting the dots like automatically? That's what we want to be able to do. So we got a slide deck that we'll share with you on this call. We'll go through. I got the question as we were coming on. Please, paper and pen. It's always good. Anytime you're on any call, you want to take copious notes. That's what they used to always tell me. But of course, we'll answer all of your questions. So that is a great idea. Certainly do that. Breezy, I'm going to suggest that we do the summary as well. So if you want to click on that, just when that comes through, I think that'll be a great tool as we move forward. Forward. Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm going to share my screen.
A couple people in the chat are asking again how to rename themselves. If you want to,
yeah. So if you click on your screen, if you go to the upper right hand corner, you should see three dots. Now it depends on if you're on a laptop or if you're on a phone. I think on the phone it may be down at the bottom, if I remember correctly. So depending on what you're on, if you're on a laptop, if you just kind of go up to the upper right hand corner and tap on those three dots. Once you put your mouse over it or hover over it, it'll pop up. And then from there, it'll, like mine has several things that you can do. Like you can mute, you can stop your video, but one of those things is called rename. And if you can't, it's okay. Drop it in the chat and we can work on getting that done, hopefully here for you once we get going. So thank you all that have done that, been successful at making it happen. So let's get this new scholar orientation party started. We'll do introductions, so have no fear. You'll get a chance to meet all of the Rankin team here in just a moment. Okay, let's share screen. And if you have questions as we're moving forward, don't hesitate to drop those in the chat, okay? We will definitely make sure that every question that you have, we get them answered as we leave, before we leave this session on today. All right, again, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Do you see my screen? Want to make sure you see that beautiful purple background. Awesome, thanks Breezy. And I'm gonna just advance here. You've already done this, but if you haven't done so, please, this is how we want you to rename yourself. Again, a hearty welcome from the Rankin team that you'll meet here in a minute. Just rename yourself with name, state, and major, okay? So let's just talk about really quickly and briefly about who we are. If you don't know who you've connected with, I want you to know that you've connected with one of the best foundations in the whole wide world. I don't say that just to be saying that. I say it because it's true. We have now, we're not at 50 years, but we're certainly real close to it, where we have been providing grants, now unrestricted grants to students who identify as woman or non-binary and demonstrate financial need, that are working toward their undergraduate degrees, well, up to, I mean, it could be a certification, could be an associate's. Just as long as you don't already have a bachelor's, guess what? We welcome you and want you to be here. We have provided almost 1,700 grants to women all across this United States. And you see this beautiful photo that's behind all of the Rankin team. This is a visual of the scholars that we have provided scholar grants to over the course of our time that we provided grants, which again is almost 50 years. We've provided over $5 million in grants and we are yet growing. So just know you have connected with the right team, right people, right foundation to be able to support you in this upcoming academic year. And we are excited to be able to do it. So we're looking forward to doing what we need to do to make sure you succeed in this upcoming year. So now that we're here, let's take an opportunity for you rather, to meet our amazing staff. We're thrilled to have our CEO here today. So Karen is going to introduce herself and a few of the other team members. I've already introduced myself, so I won't come back and bore you with that.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. We are so excited. We are over the moon excited to welcome you to the Rankin Foundation. This is what we do. This is what we love. So my name's Karen Stirk and I'm the CEO. I live in Portland, Oregon. I've been my whole career involved with supporting women in some way, shape, or form. So this job is a dream job for me. And Michelle Ozumba, you know Latrina, she's our program director. Michelle Ozumba is our president. She's based in Atlanta, Georgia. And Cynthia Winter is our VP of Strategic Partnership and Growth, and she's in Montana. So you see, your staff is all over the country to support you.
Awesome. Thank you, Karen.
Hello, everybody. It's so nice to see some familiar faces. I am Tiana Hudak. I am the Tribal Scholar Support Specialist. So really, I'm here to support any of our tribal members or anyone who identifies as being Native American. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or text me, call me, whatever I can do to help support you.
Breezy, you want to go ahead and go and I'll introduce my
Sure. Yeah, and I'm Breezy Barcelo. I know I've met some of you. I'm a scholar support specialist like Tiana, and I'm also a Rankin alum. So I received our scholar grant just a few years ago, finished my bachelor's and then my master's after that. So it hasn't been too long since I've been in your shoes, which I think is helpful for our relationship. And I'm super excited to get to know all of you. I live in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Awesome. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Tiana. Thank you, Breezy. And I want to introduce you to Maheen. Maheen is our marketing and digital specialist. Now, if you're a renewal scholar, you may have already been in contact with her because she certainly has reached out to some of our scholars, the renewal scholars, to get information. So you will hopefully by the end of this Zoom, if you haven't done so, follow our social media and you'll see the amazing work that she does. Now, the name Jashandra. Jashandra is our executive admin assistant. Now, you may not ever, well, you may speak with her if you call our actual office, but guess what? Just know you want to send her some love now, kind of over the Zoom, because she's the one, if we're having to get checks out and things out the door, she's the one that makes it happen. And as we say at the office, she keeps our train going, look, and stopping and whatever else on time. So she certainly helps us to stay on task and on schedule. So again, here, as you see, we're all over. And Jashandra, like myself, is in Georgia. And I'm twinning with Breezy because I too am Rankin. I am a Rankin Scholar alum. So yeah, y'all didn't know we were sisters? We are. Matter of fact, I'm sisters with y'all too. Woohoo! I love it. I love it. Awesome. Breezy and Tiana, I'm turning this slide over to you all.
Yeah, so I think most all of you have gotten into Wise Hive now. And so that's also just a good reminder if you have not, that the first survey that you have that's asking about your fall information is due tonight. So please be sure to get in there if you haven't, but most of you have, so thank you. And that is a way that we will keep in touch with you, that we will, at the end of every semester, get some information just to see how your semester went. And so it's just really important to watch your emails because they will always include the link that you need to go into Wise Hive and fill out the form. And we try not to ask too much because we know you all are so incredibly busy. But so you'll usually see something at the end of each term. And then if you want to renew your scholar grant for next year, there will be something in Wise Hive for you to do it in February.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Breezy. Breezy, this is all you.
Yeah, and the the most important thing about Wise Hive is for us to get you your grant payments, we really need you to fill out those forms. So like, for example, the one that's due tonight is the one that's asking you for your fall schedule and your fall tuition due date. And so it's just really, again, it's just really important to keep an eye on your emails from us.
Okay, and as Breezy, even with this, so where's my money? I love to talk this because your money comes as you enter that information. It will come depending on your school deadline. So as you're in there now, completing that application, we ask you, what is your school payment deadline? I do want to spend a little time here because Tiana and I had a interesting conversation with some of our scholars who aren't necessarily on semesters. If you're on quarters, that timing may be a little off. Now we are sending it out now because the majority of our scholars are on semester system. Okay. If you are not, say for instance, going back or heading back into school here within the next month, you still are required to get in Wise Hive and complete that application. But you just need to communicate individually with Breezy and or Tiana about that deadline date, okay? So that we can make sure that we get that payment out to you on time. Make sense? And I'm not looking at the chat. Hopefully everybody is hearing all of that and it makes sense. If not, please jot your questions down and we can certainly address any of those, okay? So Wise Hive is certainly your friend. You want to get over there and get intimate with Wise Hive, okay? Because it can get you what you need. Now, I'm going to hand it right back over to you, Breezy and Tiana, to take care of this slide.
Yeah, sure. Tiana, do you want to talk?
Yes, of course. So, who do I call? So, if you feel like you have a question that you don't know quite the answer to, always feel free to contact me or Breezy. And below, you'll see our cell phone number. So, if you want to quickly just put that into your phone, that way we are pretty much Monday through Friday, always looking at our phone. I do work off of Eastern time, so typically I'm in the office from 7:30 to about 3:30 p.m. So anytime, and sometimes I'll glance over at my phone, and if I see a question that I could answer, then I'll definitely do that on the off time. But yeah, and our emails are down below too, so always feel free to email those, or you can, if you don't know which one to contact, you can always contact scholars at rankinfoundation.org.
Breezy?
I was just looking in the chat 'cause there's a couple questions.
Okay, I'll check it.
And yeah, and any time that that anyone needs us to double check on something, but again, just like Tiana just said, feel free to text or email or call. And then someone also is asking about if you've changed your schedule and have new deadlines, you should definitely get in touch with us, you know, as soon as you can. And you can, if you already did your survey, which hopefully you did, then you can email us the schedule and let us know the update, because if it's submitted, you won't be able to submit a new schedule.
Okay, and Karen also had a great question. So it is 7:30 to about 3:30 Mountain Standard Time.
So just to make sure we clear it up, yeah, awesome. So traditionally 9 to 5, Eastern Standard Time is the kind of parameter. So just traditional for the East Coast time is what we work in. Thank you, Tiana, for clearing that up. And yes, so Tiana is in Mountain Time if you haven't figured that out. Yes, and again, me and Breezy are in Eastern Time. Karen, you're in Mountain Time as well, right? Yeah.
No, I'm
So
on Pacific time.
Pacific, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, trust you me,
Yeah,
our
but
time zones are all over, but to try and keep everything open, I mean, kind of consistent and working together, we operate in the 9 to 5 Eastern time. Okay. I do see a lot of questions that are coming in. As Breezy said, the main thing here is to make sure you know who you call. And so basically, Tiana is working with, you know, the majority of our tribal college students, okay? And not all are attending a tribal college. So please hear me. So if you've gotten reminders from Tiana, that's who you probably need to reach out to, okay? And whereas Breezy handles the rest. And if you have a question, you can ask that question here. Put that in the chat. If you don't know who you need to call, that's fine. We don't want you to call Ghostbusters. I want to make sure you're calling the right person, okay, to get your questions answered. Okay. And so Breezy says, of course, feel free to chat and text with her. So Breezy, if you and Tiana, I know it's here. So I see you see these numbers, take a screenshot. This is where that note taking comes in handy. If you don't have these numbers, make sure that you're checking that as we're going through. Awesome, awesome. Thank you everyone for all of the amazing questions. Just know that as long as you have the information, we can certainly get you what you need. Now, look, I want to spend some time here, and Tiana, as I'm going to stop sharing here because Tiana is actually going to do a little demonstrating for us. So she'll share her screen. We understand that we cannot provide the support to every single person in every single state how we need to. But what I am so grateful for, our foundation cares so much about each of you that we want to give you access to resources that can provide you with support. Now, hear me when I say this, and I say this seems like every year, and I want you to understand, and I want you to make sure that you don't skip over this resource because I use these 4-letter words, free. It's a free resource that gives you access. When I say from A to Z, I'm talking about you might can figure out how to eat apples on this web. I'm being silly when I say this, but you have it's an unlimited list of resources, but I will say that you can reach out to them. One of the ones that I love, when life is lifing, sometimes we need somebody that we can reach at 2:30 a.m. And this resource gives you a 800 number where you can actually reach out to somebody at 2:30 a.m. Okay. If you just need to chat about something that you have going on, like you said, you just kind of done hit a wall or whatever, you have access to trained therapists. When you call in, you can actually say, for instance, you're needing to connect with a therapist in your area. CompPsych or Scholar Guidance Resource, this is the name of the actual platform and the organization itself, but we call it the Scholar Guidance Resource. And Breezy sent it in an email, so you should actually already have this information. Yes, Gina, it is a great resource. And if you have not already gotten in, I wanted Tiana to do it live as we're here because I want to make sure that you get yourself registered. To get access, you have to register, okay? So that information has already been sent. So Tiana, if you want to go ahead and do, as you see her screen, we see your screen, you definitely want to click on register to get going because you have to register. It's going to ask you for this organizational web ID, which is there. You have the instructions for this, right? Because Breezy sent it. So click on register, Tiana. It's going to ask you now for your okay. Ta-da, that's where we wanted to get to. And then the company name, it's just the first 5 letters of Jeanette. So capital Jeann. That's it. Submit. Ta-da. And yes, Jeanette Rankin, it still shows up as Women's Scholarship Fund because that's how we were listed when we first got it. So Karen, maybe we can see if we can get that change. But if not, that's us, okay? We just kind of did a name change. Okay, click submit. Now, we're not going to go any further here, but I wanted you to see how easy it is for you to register. That's it. You just have to enter this information, scroll down the security questions. Once you get in, age, they have the little policy. Yes, you're at least 13. Click on submit, and then you're in. And then I want to say for future logins, you can stop sharing, Tiana. You do not have to go through this again. I'm telling you, I just want you to make sure you get in there. Get in there after we get off this call. I just want you to see it is oh my goodness, this is an encyclopedia. I mean, it talks about insurance, it talks about finances. I mean, it talks about elderly care. The list goes on and on. And I'm going to give a testimonial here. Karen and I, this has been what, maybe 3 years ago. We had a scholar who reached out to us about her loan had been adjusted and she was in a space where she just could not afford it. I'm not a loan officer. Karen's not a loan officer. And what we understood is that we need to give our scholars access to some type of legal resource. Because, you know, you can call, there's information there about mortgages, by the way. And thankfully, with some calls and these resources, we were able to help her navigate that. Me and Karen at that time wouldn't have been able to do it. But we're grateful for resources and having access to things like this. And there are so many other testimonials. I'm going to be honest with you that we have. I use it. Guess what? Your kids can use it. Yeah, your kids. If you're married, your spouse can use it. Utilize it. Okay. Awesome. 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 Okay. So get registered is all I want to say for this, because I promise you, you will thank yourself. And you'll thank Rankin Foundation for giving you this resource free of charge. And some of you, if you're full-time, that has an employee assistance program, this is kind of like the same thing. Okay. As you see, emotional help, work-life balance, legal, financial, online support, and the list goes on and on.
And
So
let me just jump
Yeah.
in and say, you can get 3 sessions complimentary with, if you're having some crisis in your family, each person in your family can get 3 sessions complimentary.
And let me say this to you. I like to tell you how you can even get more than 3. If it's a different occurrence, it actually a different situation or unique, that's not what you were just dealing with. I'm going to use this because I had this happen. If you sign up to get the 3 free from somebody and you're just not connecting, you can then come back with something else and hope get yourself connected to somebody else that works for you. Okay. So just make sure these are the amazing things that you have access to. Thank you, Karen, for bringing that up. The key is, though, in order for you to get this access, you got to register. Okay. We good? Everybody going to commit to registering? Yeah. Hands up. Awesome. I love it. It's going to be amazing. Now, let's talk this. And I want you, I put your pens down, put your ears up. Let's talk about this. When I tell you the Rankin Foundation, I'm grateful that Karen hears our requests. We understand that life does happen, and we do understand that emergencies arise. And just now, what, about 3 years ago now, we have been able to, emergency funds is the name that we gave it, but then we kind of tagged it as resiliency fund. So if you hear us say emergency fund or resiliency fund, it's one and the same. This is what I want to make sure. Oh, sorry, I hit my mouse and it went forward. I want to make sure that you understand that this is not, it's not a bottomless bucket, but it is. We have one of our scholars, I want to say it was just last year, her basement flooded. And it was going to cost, you know, not necessarily a significant amount, but come on now, let's keep it real. Sometimes $250 can cause you to go into distress. If you don't have it, you don't have it. But these are situations that we're talking about. Now, we can't just pay utilities. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Say, for instance, and give you another example, if you've lost your job, hopefully nobody does, or if you get laid off and things are just kind of a little tight, and you need to make sure that you can keep your power on. These are the types of things that we want you to reach out to us for. Let me say this, though. It's not just we give the funds out. You have to contact Breezy. No matter if you're a tribal or national scholar, whoever your support person is, you do have to have a phone call with Breezy. And what happens is Breezy provides you with it's a kind of like a little short survey to see what's going on. And what I want you to hear is you have to have documentation. Okay. So say, for instance, if your power bill is at the point of being, you know, shut off, that's what you need to upload. and it needs to be current. I will say this, for our new scholars, it's a little unique. You do have to be with us for at least a semester, okay? So like you couldn't come in like right now. But by the end of this fall semester, you can certainly apply for it now. And please hear me, not every one of the requests are it's funded. It's not. But I do want you to know that it's here, it's available, and we do not want you to be over there sitting around with no power when there is a resource that's over here at the foundation that can assist you with that, okay? Do you have any questions? I want to make sure if there are any questions around that before we move on. No questions? Okay, awesome. So that means I did a great job explaining. Woo-hoo. And again, just know that it's here, and we know that life happens. And when it does, we want to be able to help you get through that, because we don't want there to be a break in your education. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And we're rolling. Now, I really want to spend a great deal of time here because we have gotten a lot of questions about this. And I want to make sure that everyone is clear as we're talking through this. With your scholar grant payment for fall semester, which many of you, well, all of you are at now, if you know your term has started, there are a few options as it relates to how you can receive that payment. I am going to be almost an advocate, if you would, for ACH payment, because it really is the safest, it's the most seamless, and it affords us to be able to get your funds to you a whole lot faster. Okay. However, if you don't want it to come directly to you, that's okay. But we can do a paper check. Paper check takes a little bit more timing, and I really want to kind of walk you through that timing here. If you request for a paper check, let's just say your due date. Somebody has a due date, I know, that's coming up on August the 1st, right? What you have to do when you submit your survey, let's just say you haven't submitted your survey just yet, but your due date is August the 1st. What if you wait until today to submit your survey? There is no way that we can get your check to you by August the 1st if you are requesting a paper check. Reason being, once you submit your application with that payment date, Breezy and or Tiana has to review it. Guess what? Then they send it over to Latrina. Latrina has to request and get approval from our CEO, Karen. Karen then has to, once she submits, Jane, our accountant. So if you ever hear Breezy or Tiana say Jane, that's our accountant who actually gets all of these payments entered. So I'm going to be honest with you, it takes about a week for us to turn this around. So if you just submit it on today, Breezy probably won't get to that review maybe until the end of Monday, okay? Which means Latrina normally submits requests on Monday morning, which means you would have to wait another week, okay? So I just want you to be intentional about anything that has a deadline to it, and especially if your payment is attached. Whether that's going to the check is going directly, it can certainly come to your home, or it can go directly over to your school. It doesn't matter where it goes. We just want to make sure that you have the tools. Now, I do want to talk about ACH because we have, I think I'm going to call, if Camille is out, thank you for working with Tiana. It was a Julia. It was a few that worked with Tiana to get your ACH set up. You will receive an email from us. Now, I think it says Intuit, Camille or Julia, if you're on, what does that subject line say? Help your sisters that are on the call, because we have you look. Now, we know it's come from the Jeanette Rankin Foundation, okay? But I know we worked through Intuit/QuickBooks to set that ACH payment up. Once you get that email, you have to do your part, okay? And that's when it gets, it can delay. Even while ACH is the quickest, If you don't get in there and submit your payment, enter your payment information, there's a W-9 that's attached to it, all of that good stuff. If you don't get in there and do that, we can't send the payment. And Jane is amazing. She'll say, hey, I don't see that, Breezy has set up her ACH yet. And so then we have to come back and communicate with you. So if you have selected ACH, I'm going to stop sharing because I want you to see my face. Okay. I want you to really see and understand how serious this is. Please go in there, look for that email. Now, I will say if Breezy has not reviewed your application or if let's just say you got an October payment deadline, we just haven't set it up. So don't stress. I don't want you to stress just yet if you have not received that email from us. So whatever date that you put in there, yay, Marie said she found it. I hope you're talking about ACH. However, whatever your due date is, that's when we get that set up. I normally back it out about 2 weeks to give myself that week and some timing to make sure you get it to you on time. But the main thing is that you get in there and do your part. Thank you, Katrina. Subject line says, for those that we've already requested for, subject line, take a moment, get paid faster. Breezy, copy that. Branded across your forehead. So we know what it says moving forward. Y'all are like to have fun. And so awesome. Thank you all for lighting up the chat. And thank you, Julia. Yes, it will oftentimes go to spam. Thank you, Julia, for checking your spam. That's ACH troubleshooting 101, is that we tell you to check the spam, check your junk folder. If you're in Gmail, check the promotions, check all of the various inboxes. And of course, once you see that, you can go in there and get it. That's why it's important if you have that subject line. But again, I'm stressing that if your payment deadline is not until the middle of September, we haven't even submitted that, because what we're wanting to do is make sure we take care of those who have payment deadlines that are coming up here within the next couple of weeks. Does that make sense to everybody? Thumbs up, wave, happy dance. Yes, waiting for the payments. Awesome. Thank you all so much, for understanding. And we want to make sure we get you your payment and we get it on time. And as long as you get us the information we need on time, I'm telling you, we can make that happen. I promise you we can, and we will. Awesome. So Karen, I think I have you down to talk about.
Latrina, can I just interrupt really quick? There's a couple questions about back to CompPsych website, and I'm not sure if you know if like people who live together but aren't married, or form foster children who live, like, how, like, the guidelines for who else can use CompPsych as far as family members?
I honestly don't think, now we say household members because it's for those who are truly in your household. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't just go out and give it out to everybody, because again, this is a resource that's specific to you. However, if they're in your household, whether they're foster children or whoever, please share it with them, okay? And encourage them. Like both of my kids, and they're grown now, but they still, they have the number. You put it on speed dial, so when you need it, okay, and do the same thing. And sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes our kids don't necessarily want to have that conversation. It may be, this a little touchy, and oftentimes they may need to speak with somebody who is not biased. Moms, us as moms, ooh, we can get them, in love, of course. And sometimes they just may need a listening ear. Awesome. So thank you for asking that. Any other questions, Breezy, that I missed over? Because they're coming in hot and heavy.
Mm-hmm. Are all of the resources offered founded through the CompPsych registration, or is there another place to access them? Yeah, the resources are all on the website, even if they lead you to something else.
Yeah. And after you register, I'm telling you, across the top, Tiana, did you finish? Breezy, can you get logged in to see it? Because I really want y'all to see just how awesome it is. The list just goes on and on. Okay. And I see a lot of questions coming in. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I see Tiana and Breezy over there working. So just know if they don't reply back to your question here, you got to reach out to them first thing tomorrow, okay? Or shoot an email even after this call because we have another call after this call. So I don't know that they would be able to get back to you today, okay? Awesome, awesome. Julia, what you mean you got one saying that it processed? Was it from USPS.com? If it was from USPS.com, that was coming from our office. That would have been Jashandra sending you that email saying
Yeah, because
that
she was answering another scholar asking, is there an email alerting us to the check being mailed? So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Let's get back to the slideshow. All right, Miss Karen. Show.
All right. Well, so we have so many wonderful people who love this mission. We have 5 incredible women that are all from the Athens area that were all connected to the University of Georgia in some way, shape, or form that started the organization. So there's many, many, many individual folks who have endowed scholar grants and maybe, underwriting your scholar grant. We also have some incredible corporate partners. Synchrony Financial, which is biggie, like they do all the store cards, like for Crate and Barrel, Old Navy, all those different brands. They're huge, and they have given us money both for our National Scholar Grant and for our Tribal Scholar Project. And Assurant has been with us for 10 years now and has been for our presenting sponsor for the Star Party. And then there's the Coca-Cola Foundation, which has been supporting us for probably 9 years now, too. So they provide many scholarships each year. And there's another foundation that wants to be anonymous, but they have provided us the funding. And we just got word the other day that they're providing double the funding for our Tribal Scholar Project. So we have wonderful, wonderful people that are in your front row, cheering for you and cheering for your success.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. And many of you just attended 3 summer series workshops with Synchrony. That elevator pitch, the financial literacy, and the second one just kind of talking about goals. I can't with Claudine, it's escaping me, but those were all from Synchrony team members. So just know you've already kind of connected with them, maybe not necessarily knowingly, but of course we introduced them during the call. So just know, and many maybe have a connection here with Assurant here. Breezy, has any of the new scholars yet gotten anything with Assurant with the laptops? I don't know that we have.
No.
I know the renewals. Okay, but yeah. So awesome.
Oh yeah,
Thank
thank you. I forgot to mention that's a big project with Assurant. So
Yes.
they are presenting sponsors for our big annual fundraiser. But last year they provided 40 laptops, and we have 40 to 50 laptops again. So the team will be reaching out to you and see who needs help with technology.
And this is where I'm gonna beg of you, my sisters, when those emails come out, fire back real quick. I mean, like instantaneously, because when I say they come in, the requests as we send, well, the invitation to, accept that request, it's kind of first come, first serve. Okay. So just know that that comes out. Now, didn't I see Maheen? Didn't I see Maheen come in? I thought I saw her name, but even if
Yes,
she
ma'am.
didn't,
Yes, ma'am. I'm right here.
I thought so.
Oh,
Hey, Maheen.
yeah.
I was actually on earlier when you introduced me. So nice to meet all of you ladies. And congratulations, everybody.
Awesome. Maheen, you want to talk about social media here really quickly? And so
Sure.
all we're talking about here is just connecting them, ensuring that they connect with us. So, about 2 minutes here.
Yes, I would love to have all of you follow us on our social media. In addition to social media, there's a really great resource group on Facebook, and we're gonna keep working on posting in there. Please feel free to connect with me. I'm a completely open book, and I would love to know how I can better support your needs through creating graphics and things of that nature by my educational background, I'm actually a social worker and I have the training of a therapist. And so I think that I'm in a unique position to kind of merge a lot and kind of offer actual resources through our social media programs. Connecting with any of you further would be great, but I also know that you're really busy, so feel free to shoot me an email. But we're at Rankin Foundation, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Yeah, that's I think that's it. That's it. But I'm just excited.
Awesome.
I'm so excited this is my first scholar orientation, but I've been working with the Rankin Foundation for this is my 4th year now. And as great as they are to their scholars, they're just as great to their staff as well. To me, I've had a lot poured into my year. And so I'm grateful to be part of this with all of you. And again, congratulations.
Oh, thanks, Maheen. And yes, please just know we're on all of the social media platforms. One in particular that I really want to highlight, and many of you, I don't know the exact number, but many of you have already connected to us in our private alum and current scholars Facebook group, which is amazing. So thank you all. You'll see all of the welcomes and just, the congratulations that have come in. If you hadn't already connected to us within that one is really we have to, it kind of pretty much admit you into it. So you do have to be a scholar, and you all are. So Breezy and Tiana, if you can drop that in the chat if you haven't already done so. And if you haven't already connected, please do so. That again is another great resource. When I tell you your sisters come to, they will rally around you like never before. The one just most recent post, one of your sisters was just kind of feeling down. And she came in the group and just was transparent. And it's almost like instantaneous. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. These people, how do you do it? But they lifted her and encouraged her. And I'm telling you, it's the power of the Rankin sisterhood is like one I've never seen. And I'm grateful that we have that resource to be able to allow you to be able to connect with somebody who truly understands what you're going through, what you're dealing with, and can certainly provide some support and advice in almost real time, which is, amazing. So, Breezy, want to talk about Scholar Support Hours?
Yes, yes, so excited. So we get together weekly on Zoom right now on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we get together for an hour, and Tiana and I will be there. And sometimes we have special guests who come in, like last year we had a few different of our graduates and alums come tell us what they're doing now. Talk about their PhD programs or their careers. Once in a while we have a board member come who is just wonderful and gives us tips on certain things. And a lot of times we just kind of go around and do a check-in with each other. But it's definitely, I think, a highlight of being a Rankin Scholar. And if you can get on, you don't have to be there the whole hour. You don't have to be on time. It's okay if there's kids in the background. A lot of people are cooking. Sometimes people are like partly writing a paper. It's very flexible. So please just know that for Scholar Support Hours, it's the best thing is if you can show up even at all, even for 5 or 10 minutes and just do a check-in. It's just a really sweet time to connect. And I totally understand that some of you might have jobs Tuesday evenings or afternoons or classes. And I get that, day and time doesn't work for everyone. But if you can stop in, we would love to have you. We always take a break for summer. So we're on our break right now, but we will start on August 20th. We'll be back on there, and I will definitely send out reminders for that. So yeah, I really look forward to that.
And I'm telling you, your sisters, you will really enjoy that. Just being able to connect with somebody who is pretty much where you are. You're in the trenches, okay, and just having that space. So, and I just want to shout Breezy and Tiana now out for just offering that. That's one thing that I know is unique with the Rankin Foundation, and we try and offer it a little later in the event, for those. And I know 6 p.m. is still 3 p.m. for those over on the West Coast, but we certainly want to try and provide. And Breezy, she didn't necessarily talk about it, but I know oftentimes there are opportunities where there is an option for you to maybe connect on the weekend as well. So they're yet working that out because we understand not everybody can join on a Tuesday, but offering at least one time during the month that is outside of that normal time, in which I think in the past has been on a Sunday, but I don't know if that'll be the same time. So just know that that's an option that is coming forth here as well really soon. So connect with your support team in those support hours starting back. So I want to make sure that you are aware of what's going to happen on our end here in our office. We've already been like some little worker bees. We're grateful. We have Layla, who is Jashandra's daughter, that have been working with us to assemble. You got a welcome packet that is coming here within the next week. And so just in that welcome packet, just information, just swag from the Rankin Foundation that we want to send over. And it's a nice letter in there just talking about stats and things of that nature. There's a magnet that I thought I had here, but I don't. That has a lot of important dates on it that you can stick on your refrigerator that can keep you on track with things that are happening and deadlines that are coming up with the Rankin Foundation, okay? So just know here in the next couple of weeks, we had to wait until you finish the deadline, if you would, for the new and renewal app so we could get your addresses and have all of that good stuff. So they're coming, be on the lookout. They'll come to your home addresses. And that's why it's important that you make sure your addresses are correct. Some of you appeal boxes, that's fine. So just know that they will come out here within the next couple of weeks. And I wanted to put this one kind of last because, we have always been asked, what can I do? How can I, say thank you? In your welcome pack, we will have like, I think we haven't decided if it's going to be like a postcard or letterhead where you can actually write a thank you note to our donors. We will send you kind of like a sample. So you don't have to come up with something on it. We will give you some samples of what that would look like. All you got to do is take just a few minutes, kind of actually just copy that, sign it, and you'll have, return postage so you can send it right back into us. This is one way for us, an awesome way for us to give a thank you to the donor that's actually coming from you as a scholar, okay? So just know we talked about, and Karen, if you want to chime in here, we talked about kind of having almost, if you would, like a fill in the blank. So Karen, are we
Right.
there? Can
Right.
we
We're
get that?
sending you, we're sending you 3 pieces of stationery, of Rankin stationery. And we're sending you, it is kind of a fill in the blank. So you want to handwrite it, but we welcome you to write your own thank you message. So we're giving you the basics, and then we'll give you a envelope that's got a stamp on it. So all you have to do is write that note, fold it up, send it back to us, and then we'll take care of it from there. And I'll tell you time and time again, when I ask donors, what is most meaningful to you? And they say it's a letter, it's thank you from the scholar. So this is really, really important. If you can take 10 minutes to do that, we are so grateful.
Yes, thank you so much, Karen. And again, here, words are powerful. And to really hear it from you as a scholar, we can tell them all the time, and we do, but coming directly from you as a scholar who is receiving the support at this time, it does something that I'm telling you that we can't do as staff. Now we do it, but you just give it that special touch and that special sauce. Okay, so I think we're actually yes, we're at the end. Woohoo! We've done it in record-breaking time. All right. What questions do you have? What questions do you have that we have not maybe addressed in the chat? We got about a hot 8 minutes to get all of your questions answered, and I think we can do it. I'm scrolling. Breezy, are there some in there that I haven't seen because it got quite busy there?
There's a new one. Are funds distributed in the fall and spring or before each term?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. And pardon Latrina for not answering that earlier on. We traditionally disperse funds in the fall and the spring. Okay. and they are dispersed according to your payment deadline. So 2 times. Now, after we've dispersed the fall, you have to submit transcripts. So there are still some things you have to do on your end in order to be eligible to request that spring transcript. Now, I know some may be on off time, so it may be winter. That's fine. This is where you just have to communicate with your support person, okay, to make sure that you know you're getting those payments in on time. Great question. And yes, it is 2 times. And it's again, it's dispersed directly to you via ACH, paper check to your school, or paper check to your home. Okay. Yes, somebody asked here, and I don't know if I jumped or missed one. We do actually do cords and a pen that we send out to you when you're graduating. Yep. Nope, you don't have to purchase those. Those are a gift to us. Yeah, awesome. Breezy had already answered that. Is there anything else in there, Breezy? Or did I jump over something?
I'm not sure how to say your name, maybe Nafisa, who the found will be sent to, maybe.
I'm sorry, I meant fund.
Okay.
It was misspelled. Yeah, the fund. I mean, the money will be sent to my school, or how it will work.
Wherever you direct it to go. It can either come to you or it can go over to your school. When you're doing, have you completed your new application, Nafisa?
Wise
In
Hive?
Wise Hive? Yes.
Yes, I did, but I don't remember putting my. I'm not sure that I put my card number, and because I did long time ago, so I'm not sure did I put my
Okay. So
card
Breezy, is
number.
she your scholar? I'm sorry, Nafisa, I didn't mean to cut you off. Is
Sure.
she your scholar? So Breezy or Tiana, I'm not sure who's your support person, can certainly answer that for you, Nafisa. And again, it's based off whatever you submitted in that in your application, okay? Awesome. And Shyla, it says you're transferring to another college after associates. Yes, you should. We encourage you to keep going. You do not have to reapply, but you do have to do a renewal. And this is where it's important that you definitely keep in contact. Let's just say if it's in the spring, let's see, did you say spring? Say for instance, it was the spring, you would just need to make sure you're in communication with your support person to make sure that information is updated and it's current. Hint, please make sure it's accredited, make sure it's a not-for-profit school. So all of the things that made you be eligible to receive it, you have to maintain that to be eligible to keep it. Okay. So just make sure all of those factors are good. No, we do not. At this time, Christina, help with masters. Once you get your bachelor's, complete that, you will no longer be eligible for this particular grant. There is a resource page, resources on our Rankin Foundation page, though, that talks about that. And we even have a one of our scholars did a session with us that talked about that. So there are many resources that you can still check into. Okay, I see you answered Martha. Any other questions, Breezy, that are in there? How do I find out who your
Yeah,
support person is?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Breezy and Tiana are working on that. I would say maybe Breezy send out, I think we can probably send out something at this point saying, hey, I'm your support person. And just, that way it won't be a question. So we can certainly, Andrea, and for everybody that is not sure, Brianna and Tiana will get a message out to you with their contact information, just saying, hey, just letting you know I'm your support person for this year. Please reach out. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions? This is the place to ask them because we got the CEO on the call. We got the support people on the call. Kampalia. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, thank you so much for having this. I wanted to know about the resiliency fund. If someone is about to graduate, it's not me, but I'm just asking, will the resiliency fund still be available to them? And if they've already graduated, will they still have access to it since they are a scholar, which are network?
Not after graduation, only when you're a current scholar. Yeah, once you're a current scholar, but after graduation, no ma'am. Because it's grant funded money and we report all of this stuff out. And so of course we're supporting, this is a resource that's available to all of our current scholars. Great question though. I don't think I've ever thought to even address that. Great question. Awesome. Martha,
A few
we do
people
what we
have,
do because of you. So we're glad that we're here and can do what we do. And I just want to say, we got the best team ever. Just know there's no other place like it. You won't find people that are as passionate and that are just, you know, excited about supporting you. So just know we got you. We got you in this semester. And as long as you're in communication, doing those amazing things that you need to do to stay connected with us, I promise you it will be the best year ever. And we're certainly looking forward to that. Now, before we go, Maheen is going to take a picture. So we got to scroll a few frames. Okay. So get ready to put your dentist smile on, whatever you need to put on, get ready to do it. And you're going to have to hold it because she's going to have to shift so we can make sure we get everybody in. So Maheen, can you shift the screen or do I need to do that for you? If you're talking.
No, ma'am. Yep, sorry, I was muted. No, I can do it. Everybody just stay smiling and let's capture this moment for all of us. 1, 2, 3, cheese. We're gonna do one more. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Last one. 1, 2, 3, cheese. All right. Thank
Now it
you.
said 4 for me, Maheen. Did you get all 4? It told me 4 different pages. You got them?
Well, the last page doesn't have any photos, but yeah,
Right.
let me take a picture of that too. No
Okay.
need to choose.
I sell cheese.
All right. Me too.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I want to thank each of you just for your time on today. We couldn't do it truly if you didn't show up. And I'm going to say I know this is like a record-breaking number, I believe. So thank you for making it be one of the best calls ever. Yes, Gina, clap your hands, pat yourself on the back for being here to receive this information. And again, just know we're only a phone call, text, and/or email away. Reach out to us. We're here to support you in this upcoming year. Go and have an amazing semester this year. And we look forward to the next time that we can connect together. Bye for
thank you so
now.
much. Thank you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank you.